So what's new with GT7? Is Gran Turismo 7 still worth the buy? That's what we're about to get into. What's good, AllCity family? I'm AllCity and thank you for tuning in. Now let's give you guys the latest news and break down what's been going on with GT7. Players are upset that they have to make microtransactions to get some of the best cars in order to compete in Gran Turismo 7. Considering the idea that GT7 has not even been out a month yet, I feel like there's a misconception from consumers on what developers of the game intended for its player base. Polyphony Digital CEO Kazunori Yamauchi has expressed that his intention for Gran Turismo 7 is to create a long-term experience between players and GT7. In other words, the development team and Polyphony Digital didn't expect players to just come onto the game and seek out the fastest, best car in order to compete in different game modes. It seems like Polyphony Digital wanted you to have an ongoing relationship and experience with GT7. Is the game worth buying after the most recent update? Let me first express this. I've been playing the game for about 3 or 4 days now, and I got to say I haven't made one microtransaction yet. In my personal opinion, the game functions fluidly. Microtransactions do not seem to be nearly as aggressive as other games that I've played. The gaming mechanics just seem to work perfectly. In my opinion, the development team did a good job. The winnings that I received from one race will allow me to either purchase a new car or add tuning to my current car in order to compete in another race. And these are the exact gameplay mechanics that I expected out of Gran Turismo. Surely I will say that if you're a player that wants to get on and get the best car in order to compete online, then you may have a very different experience. But I personally chose to take the route of just experiencing GT7 on next-gen console. The joy of getting into new cars, experiencing the different handling mechanics between each car, enjoying the mechanics behind tuning your vehicle in order to compete at a certain level. I don't feel like I paid $70 for this game and then I'm obligated to pay an additional amount. The in-game currency and rewards that I get from winning races is suitable for me to purchase another car or add tuning to my current car in order to compete in additional races as you progress in GT7. And I feel like the misconception that a lot of players are giving about GT7 is that you cannot get on the game and enjoy yourself, when indeed it's the exact opposite. Like I said, about 3 days in, I haven't made one microtransaction yet, haven't needed to make any microtransactions in GT7. And in these last 3 days, I have been able to acquire about 25 cars and I've made well over 500,000 credits. To help you guys understand that I totally get the idea of aggressive microtransactions, I primarily play NBA 2K22. Now that game is very aggressive in microtransactions. If you do not purchase attributes to build up your player, or you do not purchase boosts for a particular category, then there is no way to have your player meet his top potential. You see, in GT7, if they wanted to be aggressive, they can say you need to purchase boosts in order to get an additional 10 miles or 20 miles an hour faster. This is the type of aggressive microtransactions that we're experiencing in different AAA games. But to consider the idea that you would experience aggressive microtransactions in GT7, they're non-existent in comparison with other AAA games that practice aggressive microtransactions. So do not despair, folks, if you feel like getting a real racing simulator. And I gotta say, the gameplay is absolutely amazing. The graphics are absolutely stunning. In each individual car that you get in, you experience the feel for that car, especially if you play on PS5 with the haptic feedback controllers. You feel when your tires slip. You feel if you don't have enough handling and you need to add some tuning. You feel the differences in each individual car, and this is why I truly enjoy my experience on GT7. And I know a lot of folks aren't complaining about the gameplay or the graphics, but they seem to be complaining about the microtransaction, and that's what seems to be tarnishing the outlook on GT7. I just wanted to give my own personal opinion just in case folks are on the fence on whether or not to get GT7, because in my opinion the game is absolutely amazing. And as a player on NBA 2K22, there is no comparison in the aggressiveness of microtransactions between those two titles. But it seems to me that GT7 will offer you the opportunity to get a better car by purchasing credits if you would like to get one of the best cars in the game. It just seems to be an option offered to consumers rather than an aggressive in-your-face microtransaction. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful and or informative. informative. And if you did, please consider dropping a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.